What is up, you guys? Glitchiz here, and welcome to 2022. Wanted to kick things off in this new year with sort of a special video. It's a video I've wanted to make for a long time. I just didn't know when the right time was going to be to do it. So I figured the best time would be first video of the new year. So let's jump right into it. It is basically the behind the scenes, pulling back the curtain and revealing who Glitchiz actually is. And I think by explaining to you guys what my history is, what my past has been like, and especially my professional background, it'll give you guys a better idea of the decisions I've made on the channel just far, and kind of give you an idea of the direction and the reasons for the things I'm going to be doing on the channel moving forward in 2022. So right out of the gate, I think the best thing to do is just introduce myself. My name is Brandon Barney, and first and foremost, I am actually a professional visual effects artist. Before YouTube, I was just a nerd who loved video games and wanted to get my name in the credits of a video game or a movie. I remember telling my middle school guidance counselor that was my only goal in life, was to see my name up on the big screen. And I came from a small little town in upstate New York in the middle of the woods, and things like that didn't really happen for people like me, but I've always been super goal oriented and really driven and passionate about art in my field. And so out of high school, I went to a college called Full Sail University in Florida, and they helped me get a fantastic degree in computer animation. I actually graduated. I went to school all year round, and within 23 months, so just shy of 2 years, I graduated with a 4-year bachelor's degree in computer animation, and was actually valedictorian of my class. And that definitely helped me out, because within 2 to 3 months of graduation, I landed my first job in the movie industry at a great company. I'm sure you guys may have heard of it. They've worked on a lot of Marvel films, things like that. They are called Luma Pictures. They're out of Santa Monica, California. And they were my first company that I worked for. And at the time, I was just a low-level roto paint artist, they're called. My end goal was to become at the time, a compositor, which is a higher-level visual effects and post-production artist. And so roto paint was my first entry-level position. And I just grinded and worked my way up. And the first few projects I worked on at Luma Pictures was the original Marvel's Avengers, and some really cool, funny one-off movies like G.I. Joe and The Dictator with Sacha Baron Cohen. So there was some really cool films that I got my foot in the door in with those contracts, and from there I went on to several other companies. But at the time in the industry, it was very competitive, so I was near broke and was actually staying on a friend's couch for almost a year and a half at the time. Had no money, was taking the bus like 2.5 hours to and from work, but I loved what I was doing so much, and I wanted to achieve my goal so badly that I just grinded and slowly built up that resume and built up my credits. And from contract to contract, I shifted to multiple different companies. I've worked at probably excuse me, I'm a little sick at the moment, believe it or not, but worked at several other companies. Ingenuity Engine in Hollywood. I went on to Stereo D in LA. I went to Generate out in Vancouver. I worked at Sony Pictures in Vancouver and Goldtooth Creative as well. And Goldtooth Creative and Generate, I had a good buddy of mine named Craig Houston, who was my boss at both of those companies. And he had gotten a position at a company called 3D Excite back in the United States, in Michigan. And about 3 years ago, I got a call from him saying that they were looking for a lead compositor. Now, by this point, I had a lead position at other previous companies. I'd worked my way up. I finally got that compositor role, and even up to a lead compositor role. And so I was already pretty far into my career. But as I had mentioned, I grew up in upstate New York. So having worked on the West Coast for almost 10 years away from all of my family, it was definitely time that I try and find work closer to home, because when you're in the industry that long and you start grinding and doing all the overtime, you start to realize what things are important, and the credits and your name on the big screen and things like that don't become as flashy as they used to be, and you kind of want to settle down and slow down a little bit. So when my buddy Craig hit me up and said that they were looking for a lead compositor position in Michigan that would be closer to home, closer to my family, I immediately said, sign me up. And so they helped me out with a nice relocation package, and I relocated from Vancouver, Canada on the West Coast all the way to Michigan on the East Coast, and started my work at this new company called 3D Excite. And for those of you that don't know, Michigan is, they call it Motor City. It is like the automotive capital of the world. And so the majority of the visual effects and compositing work that is done in Michigan is automotive based, not game or film based. So the main thing that I primarily did at 3D Excite was car commercials and 3D vehicle stills for like online build your own websites. So it was pretty cool work, but it wasn't the flashy Marvel films anymore or television shows that I was working on previously. And about a year ago, some of you guys may have known this, but this pandemic hit called the coronavirus, and it affected a lot of the industry. And one of the big things that it affected was GM, which is a big automotive company and our primary client at our automotive visual effects studio. And so almost overnight, like half of our company was laid off. And my position, being the newest lead at that company, unfortunately was one of them. So overnight, I went from a 3-year, what seemed to be a perfectly stable, amazing dream job, was now unemployed and not making any money. And so I had to think fast and think of something to A, keep my skills up to date and sharp, but B, also stay busy and help earn some money on the side. And that is when I created the Glitchiz YouTube channel. Now, as you guys know, I've always been a huge gamer nerd and grew up gaming. That is how my passion for visual effects and the industry that I got into professionally all started. And so I thought, what better way to share that passion than to create a content-based site that I can share all of my gameplay and all of my love for games with the rest of this awesome community. So I started the channel and really only focused on it for this past year. And like I said, within this past year, the growth that I have seen on this channel is unbelievable. It blows me away. And that is without being consistent at all. We basically went from nothing to almost 3,000 subscribers in less than a year, and have had over 1.3 million minutes of watch time, over 304,000 views on the channel. So the support that you guys have shown me, being just a part-time content creator, is unbelievable, and I can't thank you guys enough. But that being said, I have learned so much when it comes to editing and content creation and the type of things I enjoy and not enjoy doing on the channel over this past year, that it has driven me to set some really high goals for this coming year in 2022 for the channel overall. And that is the type of stuff that I want to go over next, and kind of give you an idea of the direction I want to take the channel. So for 2022, my big goal is to add a lot more variety to the channel. One of the other huge accomplishments that we got completed over 2021 was I became an official Dauntless partner. And with that came a ton of amazing perks, but with the limited time that I had, I kind of pigeonholed myself into feeling like I had to exclusively, in a way, make Dauntless content, and there was just so many things I had to cover for Dauntless in particular at all times that I didn't really have time to play the games that I normally enjoy playing or things like that. And don't get me wrong, I love Dauntless. I want to see the game do amazing, and it has done amazing over the last few years, and I love making content for it, and will continue to make content that you guys enjoy watching for Dauntless. But I do want to add some more variety, so that is the main first thing I'd like doing. The one thing you guys may or may not see right now is this video is actually in 4K. I have used the money that I've earned doing visual effects and from your guys' support on the channel and invested that back into my setup for the YouTube channel, and that includes a new 4K high resolution monitor and a better sound microphone and things like that I'm going to be incorporating into the videos I make moving forward. So every single video, if possible, will be at 4K resolution now, and that started making me think about what other things I could do and what could sort of set the channel apart from other channels, and 4K was probably one of the big ones that I could think of. So the other thing I'd like to do moving forward is a lot more Let's Plays and just overall story gameplay walkthroughs. And I'll probably do it in like chapters of just a long format, probably like 45 minutes to an hour, and do multiple parts for a whole game. And then I'll just create a playlist for that full game. And it will just be a maybe camera, maybe not, but definitely with audio commentary, just full playthrough at full 4K resolution for all the games. And I'll upload them as playlists onto the channel. I also want to add some cool one-off side projects. The main one that I can think of is glitch gains. Coronavirus, as I'm sure you guys are aware, was not kind to a lot of people for physical health and mental health, and I am definitely included into that category. I have put on so much weight, I feel like crap a lot, and I feel bad. I was a very athletic person, believe it or not, in high school and college. I've done pretty much every sport there is, and having done visual effects for 10 years and sitting behind a computer, and now working from home in my pajamas all day because of coronavirus and whatnot, I've definitely put on a lot of pounds that I'd like to see gone. And I also am getting married in April, so that's another goal of mine, is to get in shape for the wedding. So I'd like to potentially take you guys on that fitness journey with me and maybe do some in-gym videos, to kind of go over safe workout routines for nerdy people like me that may or may not be so athletic and not so like crazy competitive. So that's one thing I want to do. The other thing that I'd love to get into, and I made sure to snag these, was I am an avid aggressive inline skater. I was actually a rollerblader before I was an artist. I grew up on rollerblades. There wasn't much else to do in the woods where I grew up. We were always outside playing roller hockey, things like that, and the art was just what I did in a sketchbook before I went to bed as a kid. So with these new skates I just picked up, I can't wait to break them in, and I'm hoping to hit up some of the local skate parks in Michigan and maybe do some Glitchiz grinds videos, maybe do a new playlist for that and show some cool skate park footage, maybe with some drone work and some 4K recording with my new camera as well. So that is another really cool thing that I plan on doing with the channel. So overall, I want to set some really high goals for 2022. Like I said, the support you guys have shown me over this past year is unbelievable. I never thought that only doing part-time videos would get me over 3,000 subscribers on a channel ever, or that I'd ever make any money at all. But like I said, it is a part-time thing. I don't need the money from YouTube, which means that every video that I make because I legitimately enjoy it and I legitimately want to do it. And I think that with the quality of content that we can make here, with the tools that I have and your guys' support, we can get this channel to be something 10 times bigger than what it is now. So I want to shoot for like 20 to 50,000 subscribers by the end of next year. And I think with the broader spectrum of 4K walkthrough videos that we're going to be doing on the channel, as well as the other type of playlists for fitness and skating and all these other things that I plan on doing with the channel, that's really going to broaden the audience, and it's definitely going to open up a lot more options for viewer potential. I mean, just to give you an idea, even with all the crazy growth that we had over this past year, over 85% of you aren't subscribed. The viewers that watch my channel still aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you are interested in viewing more content like this and you're enjoying it, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps support the channel and gets more of these videos on your news feeds. It is completely free. But if you want to support me even more, you can actually do so now by becoming a channel member. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you can get instant access to my in-game Dauntless partner flare, as well as a ton of exclusive bonus perks like some emojis and things like that, and your name at the credits of every one of my videos saying thank you for the amazing support and showing my gratitude. So if that's something you guys think you might be interested in, all you gotta do is check out that join button below to learn more. And lastly, over the last year, the other big accomplishment that I'm really proud of is we built up the official Glitch Gang Discord. We have hundreds of players in there that are always looking for new people to hunt with, and just create groups for a lot of the other games we play. And I'm constantly updating the game list channels for looking for group and just general information channels for a vast majority of the other games beside Dauntless that we play. So hopefully you guys are interested in that, and feel free to check out the links below and join us, and hopefully we see you around. But that being said, that is pretty much what I have planned for the channel moving forward in 2022. Again, thank you guys for the amazing support. I can't wait to see what this new year has in store for us, and let's grow together, all right? So I hope you guys had a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.